Module 2, Lesson 1, Multiplying with Multiples of 10. So we have started with some multiplication, and we're always going to rewrite vertically. So I'm going to rewrite this problem, 451 times 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry the 4. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 4 is 36. So that's the first step. Now I'm going to look over at 451 times 80. So I'm going to rewrite 451 times 80. I always put the number with the most digits on top. The first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to cover up that 0. So I'm going to take my box and cover up that 0. You can do that with your hand. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 451 times 8. Well, that's just like this, 451 times 8. I know that is 3,608. And then I take my box and I remove it, and I have to put that 0 that's right there back in. So my answer becomes 36,080. Next. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to rewrite this problem right here, 4,510 times 80. I'm going to take my boxes, cover my zeros. I have 451 times 8, which once again is right here. I knew that was 3,608. And then I'm going to remove these two boxes that I have here, covering my zeros, which shows that I have 2 zeros I need to put back in. I'm going to put them back in and get rid of this comma here because it's no longer there. And I have 360,800. Next, I'm going to rewrite this one. This time I'm going to just imagine covering the zeros and know that I'm working right here with 451 times 8, which was 3,608. And now I have these 3 zeros here I have to put back in. I put my 3 zeros in, and I end up with 3,608,000. I'm going to go through some more examples. Here we have 23 times 20. So I'm going to ignore my 0 for right now. And I'm going to do 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. And this right here I have to put back in. And now my answer is 460. Next problem. I have 230 times 20. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to ignore my zeros. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Put my 2 zeros back in. Next problem, 41 times 4. In this case, there are no zeros, so I'm just going to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Next problem down here is 410 times 400. I'm going to ignore my zeros and do 41 times 4, which was right up here, which I know was 164, and put my 3 zeros back in. Next, we have 410 times 400. Actually, we just did that one. I apologize. We don't need to do that one. We have 3,310 times 300. We're going to ignore our zeros and multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Put my 3 zeros back in, and I end up with 993,000. Down here is a little different. We have 500 times 600. And when I go to do this, first thing I do is ignore my zeros. And I have 5 times 6 is 30. And if you notice that the basic multiplication of 5 times 6 gives you an extra 0 in here, and you have to be careful that you leave that there and then add 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the answer would be 300,000. And that's how we multiply with multiples of 10.